All right, and welcome to the Talking About the Warriors version of Hot Ones. This is our inaugural episode. We've never been able to do this before. I'm joined here by Coach DeLange and Coach Lowell, both soccer coaches. Coach DeLange has coached with us here for 18 years.
Going on 19th, yeah, this is the 19th year.
And then Coach DeLange for 9 years.
Coach Lowell.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
9 years, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess starting off, what were you guys thinking, like, when you heard about this interview? Like, what were your thoughts when we introduced it to you?
You want to take that one first?
Sure. Well, the first thing is when I responded to the email, I missed the part where it talked about having hot wings while we're having a conversation, and then Coach Lowell informed me that, hey, did you know that it was going to be hot wings, like the hot takes with a little show and that? And I was thinking, no. I said, man, what did I get myself into? And so I will say that I did go back and I went onto YouTube and looked at it. And it looked pretty cool. There were some celebrities that did it and things like that, and some of them struggled a little bit. So I don't know how it's going to go today.
For me, Emily sent me the email, and I didn't quite know what it meant when she said hot ones. So I made sure to clarify what it was. And I did not know you were involved, so I said, sure, absolutely. Absolutely.
And we should have known when there's a Duke involved, there's something fishy about it because you're following after your dad's footsteps.
So do you guys like spicy foods?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we grew up in South Africa with a lot of more curries than spicy, but the spices were definitely there, and we had some hot spices and that. So I love spicy food and that. But you know, this old man and this old age it doesn't quite agree with me nowadays so much anymore.
He's not that old. He still runs around with that.
Well, do you want to get started?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So we've got your sauces numbered here. We'll start with number one.
Okay.
Number one is G. Hughes' sugar-free Caribbean jerk sauce. It's heat level 1. G. Hughes rates it. So
okay.
We'll see how spicy he likes his
level
wings.
1. So what are we talking about? Mild?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay.
Get a good dip.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it around. Do it the way it should be done.
Yep, get the whole thing.
Okay. All right. Let's see how Lowell survives.
Oh, that's pretty damn good.
It's good, yeah.
It's got a nice tang to it.
Mm-hmm. Can't even taste the sugar-free.
Oh yeah, man. I'm actually going to dip mine again.
Yeah, it's good.
Also good. Well, I guess I need to be a little more careful. That second bite really got me a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Not bad, though.
Well, while you guys are enjoying your wings, I'm going to interrupt you with a question. So,
Go for it.
I'm a little new to soccer, and so I've kind of been introducing myself to it. And one of the things I've noticed about soccer is it seems like it's really physically demanding. Like, it's a really taxing sport. And I just want to know, like, as coaches, do you kind of have this set regimen that you've had for your players for a long time for how you train them for upcoming seasons? Or have you found that kind of changing in between seasons?
I'll let the head coach take that one.
Okay, it's kind of changed from season to season. A lot of it's based on the type of personalities we have. For some of them, and I'll say this, in the first couple of years that I was coaching, had a lot of Vietnamese. They loved the little quick plays and that, so we played a lot of small-sided games and that. As we went on, we had the kids, the refugees from Africa, and they like to just grind and grind and grind. So we did a little bit more strenuous up and down and that, and then now we're back to a little bit small-sided games with a good influx of Hispanic kids and that. So it just depends on the personality of the teams a little bit.
Yeah, I will say during training, preparing for the season, when we're trying to condition and get them in shape, there's a good bit of that. But kids will tell you he's getting soft in his old age. He used to be a lot harsher on him, and I think they're getting the short end of the stick there on that.
So when you guys are out there training, are you like doing it with them?
Every now and again. So I'll play with them every now and again, especially in the off season when we're playing the small-sided games, just to see how the kids are thinking. It helps a little bit with, as we get into the season, to see, okay, this is what I need to work on with regards to this is missing in their game, this is what these players aren't quite getting, and things like that. So it gives me a little bit of insight as I see what they're thinking. So yes, to answer your question, definitely on that part. So.
Well, do you want to go to the next one?
Let's go, number two. Let's do it. Number one was, I think you guys were talking about me getting soft in that. I think you guys took it easy on us on that part right there a little bit.
So number two, we've got Stonewall Kitchen buffalo wing. I will say I'm partial to a buffalo wing myself. I like the classic flavor. I've never tried this one before though, so we'll see how this one turns out.
What are we talking about level wise?
What's the level? First one was a 1.
Oh boy. Well, we've got a little image of a chili over here, and it's about all the way full. So
you guys just jumping from one all the way up?
Well, I feel like we're working off a lot of different ranking systems here. This one's
okay.
Yeah. So
okay. Well,
It'll be easy.
see, I might go with a slightly smaller one. I'm still going to roll it and do it the proper way in there.
I can smell this one.
Woo. All right, so you're already taking a bite? Look at you.
Good.
You're not shy. You're going for it.
I like it. That's pretty delicious.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's got that little extra kick in the end there. That's for sure. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that one.
And now for later.
Yeah.
I guess I'll shoot you another question here. Coming into the season, I was looking at your guys' schedule on Max Preps, and geez, there's a lot of competition. I mean, it just seemed like you had playoff caliber Auburn right there, and a really good Hoover and Prattville team. Are you guys fans of having these tough teams right off the bat, or like, do you have any influence in that or anything?
I mean, I like it. He's the one scheduling it, and he's the head coach, but I think it's a good test at the beginning of the season. You can see what you're up against potentially at the end of the season with playoffs, and it's a good test of our boys because you can kind of see where they are and, if they have that determination to fight back.
You sure that one didn't kick in a little bit? Okay, just clearing your throat a little bit.
I think a bug.
Was that what it was? Okay,
Got milk right here for us.
Yeah, like Coach Lowell says, definitely I like to start off tough. I really, and I kind of premise this from when I was at the University of Mobile playing for a coach, Peter Fuller. And he always talked about the preparation to when you get to the first game that really mattered. Now these games mattered, pride and everything. You want to try to get your ranking and everything up as high as you can. But I always tell the boys, or I tell Coach Lowell, not necessarily the boys, I said we can be 0-8 going into our first area game. But when we get to our first area game, we need to be ready. And then we need to be 8-8 or however many games we've got in the area on that. So yeah, love playing hard games, hard competition. Like Coach Lowell said, where are we at and what do we need to accomplish and what do we need to improve on in that? So what are we doing well? So
gives us a chance to tweak certain things.
100%. Yeah.
Some changes throughout the season.
So. But yeah.
Have you guys enjoyed the season so far? Like, have you been happy with the performance?
Yeah, I think they've grown, especially after last night's game. Starting to click a little bit more, which is good because we just started area games.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think they look real good. Especially we got a young team this year, but they're playing not quite like a young team, I would say.
Yeah, the inexperience, they've overcome that quickly. I agree. I also like watching our reserve team and our other JV and our freshman team because they're, I would say that they're actually at a higher level than some of our teams from past years when we first started adding on teams and that. So it's exciting to see that they're also progressing and pushing the next team up and the next team and the next players and that. So we look forward to the varsity team always producing good players and results, but it's always nice to see that there's players coming in from behind too. So all right,
three.
well, let's go three.
Let's do it.
We haven't been stalled yet, so let's see how we go.
This one looks a little hotter.
What are we looking at?
All right, so we've got
The drops. Yeah,
Melinda's.
that's going to be
This
a
is
little.
black truffle sauce. This one was real small, so I was like, it's got to be like premium, right?
Well, that's what I'm
Black
saying.
truffle?
If it's drops and things like
Yeah,
that, it
yeah.
could be.
Fancy, all right.
Yeah, Mr. Pulley has not reimbursed me for this one yet, so
Okay.
Pulley ain't good.
It's probably pretty
Shoot me
expensive
that.
too,
Yeah.
huh?
Was.
Mm.
But then I'll have to pay my dad back anyway, so we'll be fine. All right.
All right, roll it around. Rolling, rolling. Let's keep them rolling. Okay.
All right.
Just by the look of this one, this one's a little thicker than that, so good little already attacking it. I love it.
It's got some bite to it.
I mean,
It's good. I like it.
I actually feel like we went down a little bit. That's the last one, sorry. I don't know.
I think it kind of grows on you though.
Yeah.
I don't know, the vinegar might be helping it a little bit to keep it down, but it's still got a little bit of a bite. Always go for the second roll though. You gotta have it, so.
I don't know, that's kind of a unique taste. I like that one.
Yeah.
It's something different. So, while you're enjoying them, I know I said earlier that I'm a little bit newer to soccer, like I haven't been watching it my whole life. And just like I've noticed when I've started watching it is that it can be a little harder, I think, for people who are newer to discern the strategy behind the game. Like
Sure.
it's not like football where you see them go out there and line up and you look at them and they're in a certain formation, like they're in the nickel or something, you know? Do you think there's a part of soccer that, like when it comes to offense or defense, that a lot of people who aren't as experienced in the sport can miss?
I would say pretty much the whole game, yeah. I mean, if you don't know what you're looking for, it just looks like they're out there playing and we're just kind of maybe yelling and pointing a few things. But, I mean, he'll tell you there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. A lot of the movements that they make, it's just drilled into them. It's muscle memory at that point. So, yeah, I would say so.
And I definitely agree with that. I definitely think that the fluidity of the game is ever changing, and so we're always coaching in practices what kind of patterns and things like that. But at a moment's notice, everything changes just by one tackle, by one movement, and so you have to have a general structure defensively and a general structure offensively. But it's not written in stone. Yes, you have your formation and things like that, but it's still, as the game flows, the players actually at times have to find the places where they can be successful in that too. So it's a little bit of both in that. But like Coach Lowell says, it's hard, and I always say this: if you look at some of the American sports, American football, you get a touchdown, you get the 6 plus the 1 is 7. 3 points for a field goal. In basketball, back and forth in that. Baseball is usually a 7-5 in that. So a lot of the American sports want high scores in that. So when, like Coach Lowell says, you could miss the whole game, and just the appreciation that a 0-0 tie with no goals scored, and you have the appreciation of, wow, what a great defensive game, and someone might be looking at you like, but there were no goals scored, And I think Mrs. DeLange, my wife Janice, she's the same way. So when we first started watching the game, and now she has appreciation for it and that. So yeah, definitely, it's a game you come to appreciate, and once you appreciate, you get to love it with all its little intricacies.
And I think you can kind of see like the flip side of that, because I know I've been a fan of the NBA for a while now, but
Yes.
those scores are just starting to get like they're
the
scoring like
direction.
140 something a game. You look at a game like soccer and you can start to see that there's a lot that goes into, even like you said, having a 0-0 game.
Right,
That's
100%. So,
Yeah.
and even some teams even play for that counter attack to try to play for the draw, and then hope that they get one goal, lucky goal or something like that.
I mean,
so,
we come up against that a lot.
oh yeah,
With our groups, yeah.
definitely. So, All right.
Number 4.
Let's
We're
do it.
flying through these.
Oh yeah.
Number 3 is still kind of sticking with me a little bit.
Yeah, I can taste that aftertaste in that, but not in the like not in a feisty little way.
it's
Just
there.
more,
It's
it's
just
there
there.
to let us know that we've had him. So
All right, I
So-
am number 4. Yeah.
Number 4.
okay,
You got Sophia to write the numbers on these.
we may have to get Sophia to run somewhere and get us a hotter one because we're getting close to number 5.
Yeah,
So
All right, so for number 4,
I may have spoken
I got
too
a whiff
soon.
of that one. Lola's Fine Hot Sauce, all natural Carolina Reaper.
All right.
Heard of that one before.
the Reaper is enough to put you off on that one.
Sweet
That's a
taste
thick
and a
one.
slow burn. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Try this one.
Wonderful.
Okay. Let's roll it. Good thing about this one, it's not as thick,
Yeah.
so it's not sticking as much, so it may roll, most of it may roll off, hopefully. There goes Lowell again.
No, it's not that bad at first, right?
Okay.
Start to get you a little there,
Slow burn though. That's what they said, right?
I'm trying to get my lips out of the way so my lips don't get stuck with the heat. I can feel it on my lips.
No, it's good. Credit to
I like
Mr.
that one.
Pouliot. The wings are good too.
They
Oh,
are.
yeah.
The sauces.
We're starting to pick up.
I'm starting to feel this one a little.
See, I think this one is a step down.
You think so?
Down.
I think so, yeah.
I think number 3 was a kind of a step down.
Am I just getting numb? Is that what's happening?
It could be. It could be. So,
Well, before your mouth stops working, I've noticed, especially at the high school level, soccer has a really great atmosphere around it. Like there's some amazing fans who are coming out to all the games, and you're playing with some really high stakes, especially with a team that's been consistently reaching the playoffs over the past couple of years. Do you find that bringing like a little bit of pressure to you, or do you enjoy that? And then also, like, coming into a game day, do you have like a favorite part of that?
Pressure. He feels a lot more pressure than me, I think, with the JV teams. We don't really get that because there's no playoffs. But I mean, I still feel it and I enjoy it. I think it's fun. The kids, I think they build off of it, right? It gives them the energy they need. Some of them, the younger ones, I think maybe it's a little bit more difficult. But like I said, I think we have a pretty good group this year, even the young ones, and they're handling it pretty well so far.
I think this one was the hottest one so
think
far.
so?
Because it's
saw you-
staying
I
there.
saw you go for the
I
milk.
went for a sip of milk, so
I haven't had milk
you
yet.
haven't had milk yet. So I mean, so you can be braver than me. But I took a sip of milk on that one. So that one, I mean, it's not the hottest I've ever had, but it's definitely letting me know it's around. So that's good. Yeah, no, the pressure is kind of pressure you put on yourself. You know, it's what you want to attain. I always go into the season, we sit down with the captains and we talk as a team as well with regards what goals do we want to accomplish, and it's usually the same. One of the goals is we want to beat an out-of-state team like in Tennessee. That's why we go to Gatlinburg. That's why we do the Southern Coast and that, and that's a goal there. Another goal is to make playoffs. We want to be in the one or two in the area. Hopefully we don't slip, and then we can get that number 1 spot. Then it is, once we made the playoffs, can we get to the Final Four? Can we get to the big dance? You know, those type of things. So we kind of put these methodical goals on there, goals that we can attain, and then goals that if we don't attain it, then there's still other goals that we need to attain and things like that. So that's kind of there. I mean, something about like a shutout. We talked about no goals. You know, we'd like to get to 10 in the season, so the goalkeepers and the defense feel like they have something on that part right there. So there are definitely goals set with self-inflicted pressure, and it does a little bit. The one thing that I think the pressure is, and I'll take last night's game for instance against Alma Bryan. I hope this isn't. I hope he doesn't watch this, but if he does, I did some background. You know, I got a little bit of a scouting report on them, and when I did, they look phenomenal. I mean, they really look good. They look higher than what they've ever been. The coach had done a great job of getting them ready. And then when we went into the game, we had a pep talk, and I mean, our team played absolutely brilliant, and we took it to them. So with that said, because we know that everybody wants to beat Davidson, because we have been successful. We've just been blessed in that way that we've been successful. So when that happens, you have kind of get a target on your back. So you don't want to lose because of that part right there, because what happens, bragging rights and you don't want the bragging rights, so you want to keep the bragging rights.
Yeah.
So
I will say Coach DeLange was really good about keeping it like the game in front of you. So like we do have like these season-long goals, but he's very purposeful in saying, you know, this is our goal for tonight. This is how we want to play. This is the way we want it to look.
Yeah.
And so I think that helps a lot, like with the game last night.
Yeah.
Right? Because they weren't so focused on all these other goals for the future. Right? It's what can we do tonight?
right, this moment has arrived, 100%. So, but yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of a hallmark of like most great coaches. Is like I'm a big Bama fan. Like Nick Saban, every press conference they would ask him about, you know, they'd have like, well, this is a bad reference, but they'd have ULM coming up next, right? And then the next week would be like Texas. And so people would ask him about Texas, he'd be like, don't ask me about Texas, ask me about ULM, because that's the only game that matters to me right now.
100%. So, but hey, I do appreciate you putting us in the same class as Nick Saban. We'll definitely take that reference and that. So, but yeah, no, I like some of Nick Saban's, just some of his, like you said, his interviews and that. I love his demeanor about things and that. He's always focused on the year and now, and then what are our goals moving forward. I love that he likes players to have a two-sport. We want our players to play different sports, participate in high school basically as well, you know. So definitely.
Last one.
Right, last
Okay,
one.
let's see. Let's see how we do.
Steven, you had any milk yet?
No.
All right.
Look at you guys.
So no milk for us yet.
I will say, so coming up number 5, we've got Aardvark, habanero hot sauce. Aardvark, I've actually had some experience with before. I found this at World Market a while back. This is what I used to make when I make jambalaya. That's what I put in. It's got a
Okay.
bit of a kick to it.
Okay.
Guess we'll see what you guys think.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
try
see.
it.
All right, we're rolling it. Rolling. Okay. So now why is this, is there some of the intestines of the aardvark, or is that why it's after an animal, or what?
Oh, asking me questions while he went wrong.
Yeah, so, I mean, if it's got an animal name in it, surely it's got something on that. Or has it got, maybe the aardvark is used to being able to eat those fire ants, and they just
Maybe that's what it is.
so
yeah.
that could be what it is, you know, that little.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've ever eaten. I've eaten ants before, and even regular ants have got that little kick to it.
Nice
But
little bite to it.
red ants, I haven't had a taste of red ants, and I don't
Yeah.
think I want to, because they may get a bite of me first. All right, there we go.
So you guys think of that one? I kinda like it.
That one's good.
Yeah,
Need
not
some
bad.
milk?
No, I'm good. You good?
I'm great.
Yeah, no, it's good. I still think 4 was my kicker.
Yeah.
You probably 1 and 2.
I don't know, 3 or 4 maybe.
They were all. None of them were really that spicy to me. I don't know about you guys.
Weren't you the one that got the sauces?
That's true. I guess I should have. We'll do part 2 sometime.
You're going easy on us.
Sometime, yeah. Well, I figured, first episode, you got to make sure people. I don't want you to go out there and be like, don't do this.
Oh,
And we
no.
ask someone else to do it. Have you guys enjoyed it so far?
That was great.
So I do have one last question for you. This we're really talking about going into the season. Do you have any players on the team that you feel like have been really great leaders? I mean, I know you said earlier that it's kind of a younger team, but do you have any people that you feel like have helped you to develop some of the younger players?
I mean, he could probably answer this a little bit better than me, but I think Lucas Rigby, even though being injured, has been huge, right? Just because he's at every game, not just varsity games, but the JV games. He's there helping. He's on the side. He's getting to know all the kids, so that helps a lot. And then I would say, even though he's younger and he's quieter, I would say Mauricio. He just seems to have like a good connection with so many of the players that they listen to him when he speaks, even though he's very soft-spoken, I would say.
Yeah, no, definitely. So Mauricio kind of leads, and it has been interesting because our three captains are leading in different ways. Like he said, Lucas Rigby, definitely leading with off the field, but then also being a part of the practices. I kind of, when we're training and that, he'll look at the defensive part, tell him what I want, and then I'm looking over and he's leading the team in preparation for the game. Joseph in the back, just a nice stern leader, just cleans up everything on that part right there. And then Mauricio is actually the first 10th grader that I've ever made a captain for varsity. Just by his leadership, based on the spark that he created last year for us. And then this year, no different. He pulls people into it to being better. And so that's definitely a great marksmanship of a captain.
I mean, I will say I was the other day I had a chance to talk with Micha. He's a buddy of mine. And one question he wanted me to ask you guys was, and this is his wording, does King Mauricio have the potential to take us to the championship this year? That's what he wanted to ask. So.
Yes, definitely. And I know Lowell feels the same. I envision with the players I have on the team where they could be. Now, we all know at the end of the day, you have to perform, you have to put it down and place it on the field. I mean, we can train all day long, but if they don't go out and perform the way they need to, it doesn't matter. They have to believe in themselves too. But to answer your question, without a doubt, I mean, and it's him, but then there's also several little pieces that make the difference in that. So does he have the potential? 100%. Do we need the ball to bounce a little bit to our good fortune? That's in every single game. You know, that has to happen in any sport, really. You have to have a little bit of a good fortune, but then the talent is definitely there. So I look forward to at least getting back to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Love to get it back up there this year.
Yeah.
So.
I would say, to answer Meech's question, yes, but it is a collective, right? He can't do it on his own, so he's got to have everyone else working with him. But he's one of those players, I have to say, he elevates the rest of the team.
Right.
I remember last year, you missed the Murphy game for some reason, I can't remember, and so I was coaching varsity, and they were just treating it like just some just like Sunday league game, like it wasn't a big deal, except for Mauricio. He was the only one, and he was a freshman at the time. And so at halftime, I told him basically that, like, he's a freshman and he's showing you all up. And because of that, everyone else elevated their game, and then we ended up winning 8 or 9-0, I think.
Yeah, took over balls.
So yes, definitely, I think so.
It's got to be good to have someone like that on the team. I mean, I know I've been with the bowling team for the past 4 years, and I can think of myself as someone who's kind of done that for the other players on the bowling team.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah,
sure,
you have to have players that are talented, but you have to have those talented players create a great chemistry for your team as well. Because, I mean, it can go the opposite way too. You could have great players and then just totally have a dismal season because the great players never quite stepped up to their potential.
Sure. Or they just don't gel well, they don't trust the other teammates or whatever.
100%.
Whereas Mauricio is the opposite.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll get rid of the ball at times when we might not want him to.
Right.
Because he's so good with his teammates.
Yeah, he's trusting everybody to do their job.
Yeah.
So, wow.
And I guess I have like one last question for you guys, and this is really more for me. We're gonna broadcast a soccer game this year, which is kind of new to us now that we have this new stadium. And I'll be on the microphone, and like I said, I'm a little bit newer to soccer. Do you guys have any tips for me that would enhance the broadcast, you feel like?
Watch Univision. Watch the soccer games on Univision and just copy that. You'll be good.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would think you will absolutely blow it out of the water when Davidson scores a goal and you get that deep breath and all you do is just shout, "Goal!" But you got to hold it for at least, you got to try to beat that, like you said on the Univision, I'd say 26, 27, so you may want to go seconds if you can practice, go beyond 25 seconds of holding it.
Practice it every morning.
Then you should be good. I think that'll get you, probably maybe even get you a contract with, even if you don't speak Spanish well. I mean, you definitely get a contract on that part, I'm sure. So, but
Well, thank you.
well, thank you, man. This has been great. The free meal, and I think the soccer coaches have risen to the occasion.
I think so, yeah.
I think we've survived. So I'm going to challenge you guys to bring on a little hotter stuff next time.
Maybe we can start at 4 or 5 next time. Then.
And then do that. But I do appreciate you kind of putting us into it a little bit on that part, giving us a little bit of leeway there. So.
Did you guys have a favorite sauce?
I like the last one. I think the last one's probably my favorite.
The aardvark, yeah. I still think there's intestines or something in that one. I think I'm going to kind of steer away from that because all I imagine is this big massive anteaters and the anteater with his little nostril getting in, trying to suck all those little those ants up in that. So I'm going with, let's see, which one was number 4?
Number 4 over here, Lola's.
Okay, Lola's the Carolina Reaper. It gave me a little kick, but I like the taste of it.
Yeah,
so that's there. So
this one was Carolina Reaper. Shouldn't have that been 5? Isn't that normally hotter than a habanero?
Well, yeah, but I knew this one had some kick to it.
Oh, you knew.
Okay.
So this is the Stephen Duke rating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Nice.
But again, thank you guys.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
and behind the scenes, thank you.
There's really a lot of work that goes into these.
I know.
I do most of it, but we've got some other people.
Oh, I know. There's a lot of work. I mean, just carrying up the cameras up here is work in itself, setting up. I mean, someone had to go buy us some free food, and so that's really good. You had to do the tasting for us to know that it's hot.
But good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank
I know
you.
you guys are going to do great. But we'll see how it goes.
Sounds great. Thank you. Appreciate you having us.
Hot Ones with the Warrior Belt Network. Inaugural. I keep using that because I think it sounds pretty cool. But hopefully we'll have another episode at some point. We'll see you guys later.